Hello and welcome back to Red Panda of Destiny, here for the recap episode of Two of These People Are Lying. We've been doing a retrospective of every episode they've done, all 10 of them, over 3 seasons. And we're just going to go through and give the aggregate score and share some highlights. There will be spoilers if you haven't watched the series. I will link, hopefully, the playlist. Hopefully that'll work. I'm not sure if I can get it to do the playlist, but a playlist exists of all of them. So it'll either be that or it'll be the first episode. So highlights. So back in the first episode, they started the whole Tom doesn't know anything about Finland gag, where he forgot the name of the word for airport in Finnish, even though he's been there several times. He also didn't believe that meatballs on a stick were a thing. But, I mean, why would you think that was not a thing? I mean, granted, you may not have heard of it, but it seems kind of weird. So we had that. And that was an interesting one. I'm going to have to scroll a bit here to get through my notes. It's like, which ones are really interesting? Interestingly, though, every episode in season 1 got a 7 rating, which is coincidental. Definitely not on purpose. There was the whole shortest river in Yorkshire thing at 3 feet, which Tom called bullshit on because he had happened to be working on a video about the world's shortest river. Incidentally, he flew to Finland for that video, which of course made them make fun of him for the airport thing again. And that happened in season 2. So I guess the airport thing has been mentioned in every single season. What else do we have? The Windy City Open. That's like the one thing that it was like, oh, I wish that was real. So basically what it was is, if you haven't seen that episode, was a bunch of people in Chicago supposedly set up a mini golf tournament, each hole on the roof of a different building in Chicago. So you tour around all day, digging the little holes, which sounds awesome. Not as cool as trying to get one from one building to the other, but that would be ridiculous. But just the idea of mini golf on the top of a 50-story building would be pretty entertaining. So that one probably got the biggest wish that was done positive. And then move on to the very last episode where Matt somehow managed to make something up that was more true than what Chris had said the thing was, because Chris, being an idiot somehow, had managed to read the first hyperlink as a translation of what his article actually was. Instead of just taking the title of the article and putting it on a sheet of paper, he'd put the first hyperlink, which meant he was kind of wrong, but Matt was actually so close to the real answer that he was right. Really not sure how that happened, but it did. So those are probably the biggest highlights for this series. But getting an average of every episode, we came out to 7.1. And then there were, of course, the overarching positives and negatives we gave in the intro episode that I did. And we had this general banter got a positive. That, of course, goes through every episode. The chaos of proceedings got a negative because it can get a little messy sometimes. And the short seasons, big negative on that one. I mean, come on, 3 episodes a season? 15-minute episodes? Yeah, they're pretty short. Then the fact that they censor swearing, I gave a negative for, because I'm not a fan of that if it can be avoided. though sometimes it can be used in a hilarious way. See Ocean's 12 for a good example. But yeah, so that means we take away 3 and add 1, so that's a 5.1 aggregate score. Probably round that down to 5. But that's pretty good. We'll have to see how future series do for this series. No, just series. I haven't figured out what 2018's is going to be. But I have some stuff in mind for future years. Definitely going to end up doing Community, probably Top Gear, Blackadder, Red Dwarf. Excuse me. I feel like Red Dwarf clashes with a bit of Fry and Laurie, which I would like to do, but we're only doing one per year, so we'll have to see on that one. But yeah, we'll be doing all sorts of series. They could be YouTube series, movie series, game series, any type of series just based on the year the first thing came out. So it should be quite interesting. But until then, we're going to be wrapping up 2019, working on an album review, and there'll be a single review as well. The album review will be of Sabaton's The Great War, and the single will most likely be some Sabaton single. I don't think I found an EP, because it's either singles or EPs for that category. And then eventually, I'm going to do the movie of the year, but I'm still waiting to get a hold of 1917, because I still haven't seen it yet. But I'm pretty sure it's either 1917 or Ford versus Ferrari, which I have seen. But once I've seen 1917, I can compare the two and pick pick my favorite, and then review my favorite. So look forward to that soon.